SCP-7595 Telepathic Frogs. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-7595 are housed in Site-322's Small Animal Sanctuary under the purview of researcher Julian Hoover. They are kept in a standard amphibious animal enclosure and are fed a standard diet comparable to baseline tree frogs. Personnel who, by accident or otherwise, consume SCP-7595 secretions should see their site toxicology expert. Description: SCP-7595 is the collective designation for a group of 6 Australian tree frogs capable of telepathic communication. While sentient, SCP-7595 are not believed to be sapient, as they only communicate via the use of telepathic croaks, clicks, whistles, grunts, and trills. While humans can perceive SCP-7595's telepathy, there have been no signs of any intelligent conversation between SCP-7595 instances and humans, and vice versa. Excluding their telepathic abilities, SCP-7595 do not differ behaviorally or biologically from non-anomalous tree frogs. Addendum 7595-1 Discovery. On April 14, 2020, Dr. Cole Therivian approached Dr. Paul Legg regarding a discovery he had made while transferring to Site-322 from Site-43. Begin log. Therivian enters Legg's office. He does not knock. Legg is clearly startled. Legg: Jesus, Cole. When did you get here? Why are you here? Therivian: I was at 43 for a little bit, but then Mr. McInnes said that Mr. Ashworth wanted me to work at 120. And then 3 days after I got there, Mr. Ashworth said that you were asking for me, so I left last night. Therivian sits, carefully placing his black duffel bag down beside him. Great. Want to see what I found? Yes, Cole. Therivian unzips his bag and pulls out a cardboard shoebox. The box's lid had been penetrated with a sharp object multiple times. Therivian lifts the lid, revealing 6 tree frogs, SCP-7595. Frogs? Telepathic frogs. Therivian moves the frogs out of the box and onto the table. SCP-7595-2 jumps on SCP-7595-4's back. Why can't I hear them? Should they be talking to me right now? Wait. Therivian stares intently at the frogs and points at each in quick succession. What's up? Oh, nothing, Mr. Legg. Why are you counting them? No, I'm not. I'm making sure they're all accounted for. Cole, are you missing a frog? No, Mr. Legg. Everything's all good here. What were you saying? Them talking, right? I have some food. Watch. Therivian reveals a small tin of mealworms. He pulls a worm out, spilling oats in the process, and places it in front of the group of frogs. Here, just watch. This is really cool. The mealworm writhes. SCP-7595-1 lunges at the bug, missing and colliding with the table. Possibly believing SCP-7595-1 had the mealworm, SCP-7595-6 lunges at SCP-7595-1 and attempts to bite its face. In the ensuing struggle, SCP-7595-3 successfully eats the mealworm, and SCP-7595-1 telepathically screeches. Wait. Let's rewind. Do these things talk? No, the frogs. They ribbit, but telepathically. Why would they talk? So, they're literally just frogs. There's nothing else going on other than telepathy they use to ribbit to each other. Yes. Want to see something else really cool? I call it frog in the hole. It's normally toad in the hole, but Cole, I'm an incredibly... Leg sighs, then pauses for a moment. Sure. Therivian opens his mouth, sticks his tongue out, and places a mealworm on his tongue before lowering his head down to the table. SCP-7595-5 notices and bounds towards Therivian's gaping maw and hops onto his tongue, retrieving the insect. Therivian vocalizes twice. The frog responds with 2 telepathic croaks and exits Therivian's mouth. I don't like the taste of those worms. That's very cool, Cole. You can go ahead and bring your findings to Researcher Hoover on the 4th floor. I'm sure he'd be very happy to help you. Sweet. Thank you so much, Mr. Legg. I'll see you soon. End log. SCP-7595 were placed in a large amphibian enclosure under the purview of researcher Julian Hoover. Legg also encouraged staff to observe SCP-7595 and watch Therivian perform tricks for the frogs. The following day, Director Legg attempted to transfer Dr. Therivian to Area 179, but due to a recently reported mental health stressor, see Addendum 7595-2, O4 Command voted 15-1 against transferring Therivian to another site. Addendum 7595-2 Dr. Cole Therivian. On April 16, 2020, Therivian once again approached Dr. Legg regarding an ongoing issue relating to his mental health. Below is the transcript of this interaction. Begin log. Therivian enters Legg's office without knocking. Legg is speaking to Dr. Anthony Coy regarding an unrelated incident. They are both clearly startled. Coy. Look, Paul, I'm putting my foot down here. Christ on a cracker. Legg. Cole, what did we say about knocking? Therivian. Sorry, Mr. Legg and Mr. Coy. I just needed to talk to someone really fast. Good luck. Coy quickly exits the room. It's alright, Cole. Just remember for next time. What's the problem? I don't really know. I just feel like those frogs, they're in my head. I keep hearing them, like when I was brushing my teeth last night, I was trying to sing the happy birthday song to keep track of how long I was going for, but I just kept being interrupted by the ribbiting. It's getting really, and I don't use this word too much, annoying. Where is your housing assignment? I'm in one of the sub-basements. Pretty nice if I do say so myself. I have my own office, but it's just like, we both know that these guys don't talk too much, and I'm not sure what the range of their ability is, but it seems small and like, I don't know. What if they imprinted on me or something? Like, they see me as their mother. Pretty sure that's only a thing with the ducks. Can you hear the frogs right now? No, thankfully. But what if it starts up again? What do I do then? What we're gonna do is first, take a deep breath. Can you tell me when this started? Last night. I took the frogs to Mr. Hoover and I helped him set up the enclosure to make sure they were comfortable, and then I took all my stuff and moved into my room, which is like 6 floors from here. I've been hearing them almost everywhere I go since then. Alright. With something like this, I'm going to refer you to Dr. Clark. She's going to talk to you and help get this sorted. Alright. Thank you, Mr. Legg. I appreciate it a lot. End log. Following this meeting, Therivian met with Dr. Christine Clark. Clark diagnosed these phantom ribbits as a psychosomatic reaction to stress from the recent traveling he has been a part of. Therivian was prescribed a low dosage of anti-anxiety medication and was ordered to catalog every instance of hearing an SCP-7595 instance while not in their presence. Addendum 7595-3 Abridged list of reported incidents. April 17th. Therivian is seen attempting to secretly pour out his 10 a.m. snack of white cheddar popcorn onto a cafeteria table and utilize only his tongue to place kernels in his mouth. April 18th. Multiple reports from site staff of hearing Therivian making random, guttural noises, believed to be attempts at mimicking frog calls. When questioned, Therivian pleaded ignorance or quoted the 2012 hit song Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, specifically the lyrics, "I'm waking up" and "I feel it in my bones," or the combination of both. Also, on April 18th, Therivian entered Dr. Anthony Coy's office unannounced. The following discussion occurred. Coy: "Oh, for Christ's sake." Therivian: "The frog said you were hungry." "The hell are you talking about?" "The frogs are our communion. I am a herald." Therivian pulls a glass capsule of mealworms from his pocket and slings it at a wall, barely missing Coy's head. The capsule shatters, sending mealworms and oat flakes in all directions. "What the fuck, Cole?" "I feel it in my bones. Be thankful." "Clean this shit up. Now." "Are you happy with this present?" "No. I don't want mealworms all over my room." "The frogs were right. You are a wicked soul." "What the fuck are you talking about, Cole?" "Go. Find frogs. Come back after you found frogs." April 19th. Multiple times throughout the workday, Therivian is discovered to be missing from his post, only to be discovered in a recreational center, wearing minimal clothing, squatting, and leaping around the perimeter of the room. The final time this occurred, Therivian doused himself in green paint before conducting this activity. April 20th. See Addendum 7595, 4. Addendum 7595, 4. Incident Log. On April 20th, 2020, Therivian suffered an apparent mental breakdown and barricaded himself in the 4th floor small animal sanctuary, taking further steps to lock himself in the enclosure holding SCP-7595. As personnel attempted to calm Therivian, security teams swept his housing assignment and office, ultimately locating a journal. The most recent entry reads as follows: "Sometimes it gets quiet, but the croaking always comes back. First I thought there was a frog I misplaced, but there wasn't. I looked everywhere. Much like Darth Vader, my confusion turned to anger, and my anger turned to hate. And now I am suffering. The universe is cold and hateful. My friends know I never use the H word, but here I have no other choice. I know the truth now. This isn't all in my head. I am becoming one of them. I can't understand anything Miss Clark or Mr. Log tells me. I don't belong in this world, at least not as a human. I am meant to jump and fling my tongue at small insects and swallow using my eyes. I should be green and smooth and cold-blooded. I should be riveting and chirping to my heart's content. This croaking in my head is not a curse. It's calling me from my true purpose. I, Cole Therivian, am a frog." This entry was delivered to Director Legg, who was handling a dialogue with Therivian through the site's telephone system. Begin log. Legg: "Cole, can you tell me why you think you're a frog?" Therivian: "I don't think, I know." "Okay, buddy. Take..." Therivian interrupts Legg with a long guttural noise, assumed to be an attempt at mimicking a frog's croak. "Oh. Wow. Alright. When did you realize you were a frog?" "It's the only thing that makes sense. I should be in this cage eating many mealworms and flies." "Cole, that's an unsustainable diet." "No, it's not." "Cole, buddy, can you come out of the cage?" "No." "Why do you want to stay in there?" "I am a frog." "Cole, you need to listen." "I'm gonna eat a mealworm." "Don't eat a mealworm." There are sounds of crunching and chewing, followed quickly by retching. There is silence on the line, which is suddenly interrupted by Therivian vomiting. End log. Eventually, all conversations between Therivian and site staff become untenable, as it appeared Therivian's attention was drawn elsewhere. The security cameras monitoring the room displayed Therivian staring intently at SCP-7595. The following interaction was recorded. Note: staff outside of the sanctuary were able to partially hear SCP-7595's telepathic vocalizations. As expected, SCP-7595 were unable to communicate via speech and only made noises consistent with frogs. Begin log. Therivian: No. I should be in here. I'm one of you. SCP-7595-2 emits 3 croaks in slow succession. I have nothing but you guys. SCP-7595-3 emits a loud whistle. I'm not going to croak. That's a bad joke. SCP-7595-3 emits 2 long, deep croaks. I could learn to like them. Mr. Legg doesn't know what he's talking about. SCP-7595-6 emits 2 clicks and 3 grunts. I don't belong out there. SCP-7595-5 emits a loud grunt. A lot, I guess. A lot of people wanted to see the trick with you guys. That's my point. We're supposed to be. SCP-7595-4 emits a slow whistle and 2 croaks. No one likes me out there. They send me around because I'm a burden. I'm the head of anomalous communications and relations, and I can't communicate with you or the people around me. SCP-7595-2 emits 7 low, guttural grunts in quick succession. I can see them. It's like 20 people. And you guys are right here. SCP-7595-2 emits a short grunt. Maybe you're right. They really did like the tricks we did. SCP-7595-1 emits 4 slow chirps. You're still going to be my friends, right? All SCP-7595 instances make random noises. End log. Following this interaction, Therivian exited the room and was immediately placed in Site-322's medical bay. A variety of tests were performed to determine what influence, anomalous or not, caused this sudden outburst. Found in Therivian's blood work were high concentrations of bufotenin, a hallucinogenic toxin secreted from the skin of some amphibians. In follow-up interviews, Therivian admitted to performing the frog in the hole trick upwards of 200 times over the last week. Thank you for listening to SCP-7595 by Plague PJP. If you enjoyed this SCP, please like and subscribe, and follow the link in the description of the SCP Wiki, and vote up the article to support the author and the Wiki as a whole.